What's up, guys, and welcome to some Summit action. We got some NA, I think technically pre-qualifiers, some sort of qualifier here for the NA region for the Summit 7. This is running off the Summit 5 ticket if you are watching in Dota TV, so yeah, make sure you catch up on that. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for these games. We have two best of threes happening right this moment. I chose IsGG versus Fire Dota. I was promised QO. I got you baited. Feels bad, man. But you know what? That's fine because we have some cream of the crop NA up in here anyway. And after this and the other match are done, we're going to have a winner best of three. So two best of threes in a row for today. I'm getting over a wicked cough, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. But if it is, here's your warning right now. You guys may or may not actually have to deal with it. But we have Fire Dota going up against IsGG. And I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain to you guys. Well, maybe is Flea. That's his name. And everyone else, if you've seen a game of NA Dota ever before, you should know probably everyone else. Actually, yeah, you should probably actually know everyone else. So yeah, definitely some heavy hitters in the NA scene, at least in this game. So we'll see how it's going to pan out. It's been a long time since I've casted anything from the NA region. A lot of China, a lot of SA, which is a weird spread to say the least. But you know what? We have ourselves a lot of support hate. I mean, the Abaddon is, I want to say, pioneered in the NA region. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate. Definitely was very popular. Well, everywhere nowadays, but was first very popular in the NA region. I'm not sure if I can call that pioneered necessarily, but definitely close to that. But yeah, a lot of supports being kicked out early, but you know, despite that, we do still have a couple of primo supports being picked up right off the bat. Rubik for the Fire Squad, and then the Warlock first pick for IsGG. As far as the lane supports are concerned, probably going to be some more of the stronger ones that you can pick up that are still actually in the pool. I mean, lots of the picks, or I mean, two of the picks, I guess, Treant and Monkey King. Some of those more disruptive roaming 4-position support heroes. Add Earth Spirit to the list, and you probably hit all the big ones. So, yeah, the supporting cast is looking, at least in that safe lane, pretty shored up for both sides. But we have a little bit of a deviation outside of that. The Omni Knight is the pick for the Fire Dota team. There's definitely a good hero to have in most circumstances, but is also a hero that you know, it can sometimes run into some problems, mostly because he runs into purge effects, and you know, then you typically get a lot weaker. It is going to be a lane where he's going to be poked out a lot. I expect well, unless something changes, and Ursa to be going towards safe lane along with that Warlock, and if Omni Knight is going towards off lane by himself, that's actually kind of a rough lane. Like, the amount of physical damage Ursa can put out really does put Purification to shame. And of course the poke damage from the Warlock, despite Omni Knight having like 5 base armor or something like that, it adds up really quickly. So the Omni Knight may not have the cleanest time in there, but definitely in the later stages you'll have a pretty good response to an Ursa jumping into a Warlock, dropping the rock, GA, walk away. I mean, Ursa is definitely a hero that is willing to buy a Diffusal Blade. So yeah, you're not going to be 100% safe all the time, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? Plus you get Rubik to steal the Warlock rock, right? For all the times that happens. IsGG though, I mean, Ursa's a pretty reasonable pick most of the time, pretty common, but usually you don't really want to pick it up super high unless there's a reason to, and definitely up against an Omni Knight, I would say that's good enough reason to. Again, I would explain why he's good in lane, but getting a hero that is going to have that snowball power, it's going to have the willingness to buy a Diffusal Blade. You just want to keep yourself open, and both sides really are extremely open. Perhaps Fire a little bit more so than IsGG, but now we're going back to the support hate. I mean, 4-position supports getting kicked out to the Earth Spirit, the Ricky. Bounty is still in. Not really sure if that's a possibility here. I mean, it's not bad. I think Bounty Hunter is playable, but like, he's on the bottom of the tier list as far as Earth Spirits and Monkey Kings are concerned. And he doesn't really work the greatest with Rubik. If you run a Bounty Hunter Rubik, yeah, you will kind of run low on this early game support damage, since neither of those two heroes really do a lot of damage. Either way, those heroes are all out. So unless Fire Dota, or I guess IsGG, and they can't really transition into any sort of roaming strat. Yeah, it's most likely going to be pretty static lanes. So what you see in the lanes is what you get. Probably a couple of smoke rotations a piece, but I'd expect a laning phase where heroes, wherever they go first of all, is probably where they're going to stay. Here we go. Got Fire Dota picking up a Wind Ranger. Definitely interesting pickup there. In the third pick, no less. So, we have a interesting kind of counter pick to this Ursa. I mean, it's okay versus the Warlock as well, but Shackle Shot as well as Wind Run, extremely powerful up against the Ursa. Pretty much a purely right-click based hero. Does typically just have a giant brick wall in front of him when he's going up against a Wind Ranger. You just cannot do anything about him. So it's a pretty good response as far as that is concerned. I'm looking at more of these chain stunning opportunities with the Rubik, with their Wind Ranger. Get yourself a lot of stun set up there, and it's not really that much damage. Again, Rubik isn't really a damaging hero, and Wind Ranger is, as a support role at least, isn't really going to be a huge damage player either in the early laning phase. But you will have the opportunity to pick up, well, maybe you're not super eager to pick up a Juggernaut perhaps against this crew of IsGG with the physical damage they're able to put out, but just a Juggernaut type hero, a Slark type hero, dare I say a Drow Ranger type hero. I don't know, maybe that's going too far. Maybe we're not there yet. But yeah, just a lot of stuns and a lot of control from the Fire side. Whereas for IsGG, I mean, you pick up an Ursa, you pick up a Spirit Breaker. I wonder what their plan is. I'm inclined to say that they're most likely just going to be running at Fire and trying to kill them, and that's, sometimes a good strategy to pull out if you need to, but again, you're going into this abundance of control from the Fire Dota side. I mean, stuns from Wind Ranger and Rubik, now a stun from the Wraith King, plus your target is going to have to, you're going to battle through Repel, you're going to battle through Purification, plus all those stuns. I'm not really sure if this is the best time to go for this right off the bat for IsGG. And it's not like they could change their plans, right? I mean, Spirit Breaker, I guess, is another one of those 4-position heroes. I would say about at the same level as Bounty Hunter as far as playability is concerned. But unless you're going to get into a lot of fights early on, like very early on, minute 0, you're going to start fighting, then this is maybe going to be an issue for IsGG. As long as the Fire supports hold on to their TP scrolls and will be ready to respond to the Spirit Breaker movement, then I think Fire should be mostly safe. I mean, you look at the cores from Fire, potential cores at least. I mean, Omni Knight, Wind Ranger, Wraith King. Those guys are not easy to bring down. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of damage. You have a lot of damage with the Ursa, but you will have to battle through a lot. If you're going to get those kills, it will take you quite a long time. And time just means that Fire will have more time to rotate that additional hero in. Get the Rubik in there, get the Omnia in there, drop a Purification. It's really going to be a little bit tough for IsGG, but at least they have this Templar Assassin. I think this kind of salvages that strat, because it gives them a little bit more payoff, right? So you have this run-at-you type strategy. You will try to get those kills, and if you can get the kills, great. With an Ursa and Spirit Breaker, you usually get the kill and then farm afterwards. Kill Roshan, maybe. With the TA, though, the TA definitely changes things because this allows them to actually hit towers and kill towers pretty darn quickly. And there's not really the best responses for Templar Assassin from the Fire Dota side either, so Templar Assassin definitely in a good position as far as the matchups are concerned, outside of the lane at least. And yeah, still you're going to be going up against a lot of things, a lot of physical resistance from the Fire Dota side. But having now Ursa and TA as far as heroes that can kill off Roshan, and Fire really don't have any way to compete against that, means that IsGG should be able to, if they get any sort of map control, just snowball that into consistent Aegis. Aegises? I don't know what the plural of Aegis is. Is Aegis already pluralized? I don't know. It might be. Looking back at this Wraith King, though, I have not seen anyone play Wraith King except for Burning. Maybe something is slipping my mind there, but Wraith King is definitely a kind of a snowbally hero, it seems. I mean, just playing him, you don't really get that impression necessarily. You just need a handful of items, and then you can just go to town. Usually on those softer support heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
And IsGG don't really have many soft support heroes. Spirit Breaker is definitely on the tankier side. Warlock is, I mean, I guess the soft support hero, but even Warlock's like not that easy to kill off. I want to say Warlock has like the 4th or 5th. Is like the 4th or 5th tankiest intelligence hero He's definitely top 10. Like, he is rather bulky, plus he has a heal. Fire Dota, though, they are seemingly with a very responsive team, and IzGG, okay, with the Legion Commander, definitely more on the aggressive side. And for Fire, it's going to be a reactive game for them. I'm not really a huge fan of drafts that are, like, this reactive. Like, we're looking at Fire's draft right now, unless Wind Ranger is going towards the mid lane, which is still a possibility, though not really a super high one. They will really struggle to kill off towers. They will need to get some pretty big swings in the team fights if they're going to take it over IzGG, because IzGG have so much snowball power. They have pace setting in this game. It's a pretty streamlined draft for IzGG. They want to get you killed. They want to take your towers to TA. Rinse, repeat forever until they win. Right? I mean, it's not really something that's difficult to understand from the IzGG side. For Fire, their win con is, well, it's pretty much just respond to what IzGG are doing. They have to, like, kind of bait IzGG into bad situations. Keep their ward vision up. For sure, it's going to be important for the Fire Dota side. Looking at a mid lane selection right now that is going to most likely be kind of half babysit by a Rubik. You're going up against a Templar Assassin, so the matchups aren't really that bad. Now, most heroes have, on average, a 50%-ish matchup versus TA, but TA and Spirit Breaker definitely throws a wrench in things. Most likely it is going to be just a hero forced to camp out in that mid lane, help out the mid lane for Fire Dota in a 2v2 capacity. They're going to go for the lane matchup, win above all else. Ember Spirit definitely is going to lock down some late game power for the Fire Dota side. And it is a hero that is picked up mostly because he is really good up against the Templar Assassin in lane. IzGG don't really have the most in the way of lockdown. Their lockdown is kind of janky. Like, they have a lot of disable duration, I guess, but I mean, duel, chaotic offering, charge, it's not really something that you really want to handle an Ember Spirit. So yes, he will be very elusive. The problem here with the Ember Spirit is that though he is very elusive for the mid-late game, he is very well matched up against the Templar Assassin for the very early stages. That is only on a 1v1 basis, and we've already established Spirit Breaker is in this game. Obviously, the Ember Spirit is going to have to deal with a couple of extra heroes rotating in.
10 seconds remaining.
Fire Dota, though, their cores are extremely difficult to kill, but IzGG have a lot of damage there, so yeah, I'm not really sure about this. I do like the Ember Spirit quite a bit insofar as his mobility is really going to help Fire Dota play around Roshan. IzGG will kill it off super quickly, so I'm not really sure how easy it is going to be for Fire to get away with that. But Ember Spirit pressuring the lanes while you have kind of a standoff situation near Roshan, kind of tinker play. It really is an ideal situation for Fire Dota to be in if they can get themselves to parity with IzGG, which again is going to be really difficult. Fire Dota are oh god, no, please. Work. Finishing loading. Finish loading, guys. We did it. We finished loading. We're in. Mostly. Whatever, good enough. Okay. But yeah, Fire Dota have a little bit of an awkward team fight. GG have the Warlock Rock, I guess. GA maybe gonna balance that one out, but you expect GG with that Warlock Rock plus their initiation of the Spirit Breaker, the blinking eventually coming out from the Legion Commander as well as the Ursa should have at least a slight edge over Fire as far as that is concerned. Very pick-off heavy game for both sides, so this game will determine who is more careful. We'll see in this game. But hey, we're paused. We might as well go over who's going to be playing what. It looks like, for the most part from the Fire side, it is to be expected Brax, with only one AX in his name. I'm a little bit disappointed on that. Is going to be handling that Omni Knight already, we can see. Prepped for the lane. TC is on the Wraith King. Got Whitebeard handling the support Wind Ranger off to the south. It's Fluff and Stuff on the Rubik, and we got Brink on the Ember Spirit. Spirit Breaker, flee. He's going to be handling that one. On the Ursa, we got Yawar sneaking. Is on the Legion Commander CC on the Templar Assassin, and Stand King just wandering around as an old man with his cane, but what's right around the corner may not be what he wants to see. He will dodge the smoke totally intentionally, and it looks like Fire's aggressive first move is going to just kind of by luck or by unluck rather, not run into anyone. Not a big deal. Definitely not the end of the world there. We'll see how aggressive the Spirit Breaker is able to play. Get ready to see, obviously, opening up with that Orb of Venom. He, of course, has the backup and then some to just go ham pretty much 24/7. Especially with the Legion Commander, you expect a brawl of a lane. That's something that the Wraith King definitely can handle. As far as trading damage is concerned, you don't really want to do that as Wraith King. You'd rather just be occasionally ganking that one hero. So it will be IzGG to have the kind of sustained advantage on the bottom lane. But these supports, I'm really concerned with Fluff and Stuff in particular. He's up against these bruisers. Like, he can't really do a lot of damage to them. They just have way too much armor. Right clicks is going to be fairly ineffective. And if they decide to charge him, he's going to be in for a world of hurt. We do have ourselves dual lane situations, though. The over-under of me missing First Blood is not in my favor. But TC already, we can see, just taking a beating. This is what I'm talking about. Like, if it's a 2v2 situation, they'll trade kind of evenly. But if IzGG want to do damage to you, they will very easily be able to do that. And TC already, I mean, he is going for Poor Man's Shield. He's going to have a little bit of extra sustain in a little bit. But for right now, Fluff and Stuff's presence in the lane, that wouldn't even help him. They really do need like a little bit of a level advantage, and they will get that slowly but surely. With the pulls, they should expect to have some sort of small experience lead. Probably not like levels in advantage, but just being able to last under the tower, making sure that GG won't be able to die to the tower. It's the safe lane advantage that should at least start to give Fire some sort of way to fight back in this lane. For the most part, IzGG should have that one under lock and key. On the mid lane, we have ourselves a matchup which is actually, at least for right now, looking to be just 1v1, which is perfectly fine for the Amer Spirit. Levels 1-2 on the Amer Spirit versus TA, definitely not as fun as when you get level 4. Then things get a little bit hairy for the Templar Assassin. Defensively, yeah, Refraction is rather mediocre, especially when you get chained down in the tower. Only one tower shot though, it looks like more should have landed. But either way, mid lane should be, at least for right now, for the next 2-3 minutes, mostly a wash. We got ourselves an interesting situation up towards top now. Again, dual lanes on dual lanes. The Ursa should have a decent time, but he kind of needs the Warlock to hang with him. The poke damage adding onto the Ursa, just with right clicks from Whitebeard, definitely will be substantial. Add a couple of Purifies from Brax, and the fact that Brax does have Degen Aura and Yawar does not have any movement speed items just yet. Odds are, unless someone makes a big mistake, the Ursa's not really going to be getting any kills. He would probably, want to get boots, something like that, but again, huge mismatchup up against the Wind Ranger. And up against an Omnight with the Degen Aura, like, I'm not really sure if you're going to catch up to him ever. This is what I'm concerned about for Fluff. Like, he shows up in lane, immediately charged. This charge won't really do a lot. They're separating and still sneaking, just smashing this lane. TC's still getting a decent amount of farm, pretty much as to be expected. But the lane's only going to get more dangerous. It's not really going to be a great situation for a Wraith King to be in. It's not like a Slark either. You get to level 6 and you have that infinite sustain. Level 6, Reincarnation, yeah, we'll save you once, but I mean, level 1 cooldown of that, I'm not even sure if he wants to commit that extra skill point into something that has that long of a cooldown. Brink, really cutting it close here versus this Templar Assassin. Does have a salve. Where is... Do you have any other regen? No, just 200 gold, okay. Kind of getting his ass kicked by Psyblades. Hey, a little bit of extra regeneration from a bottle. Never hurt. I'm sure Brink will not die or anything like that before he gets that one out, because that will be embarrassing. Talk him up in lane and suddenly he dies randomly in lane, sneaking. And Fleed. They get a lucky bash on a TC, but they will need another if they're going to get this kill. Never lucky yet. One more, still a chance for it. Fluff and Stuff is going to arrive, plus one more. Suddenly a 2v3. TC is very weak, but not dead just yet. Sneaky just wants one more shot, but the shackle shot from Whitebeard. Going to slow down the Legion Commander. Flea will do just that. Up to the north. No, he's going back in. Through 2, onto TC. Still not enough damage. Power shot through. Will kill him off. Sneaking will grab the kill in the end and should be fine to just walk out of there afterwards. And yeah, it's going to be home free. But ultimately, it is going to be Sneaking getting a kill, but First Blood will be drawn by the Wind Ranger. Kind of balls of steel play there from the Spirit Breaker. At a certain point, man, you're playing Spirit Breaker, you just gotta go for it, man. You just gotta go. That's a little bit of what I was talking about as far as the responses from Fire. Those type of plays, kind of baiting IzGG into going for these aggressive moves, and then teleporting the appropriate amount of heroes in to make it a favorable exchange. That's going to be their bread and butter for this game. Now, that first time worked pretty darn well. We'll see if we can work second time on sneaking, but he is pretty fearsome right now. He's going to turn around and start clawing and fluffing stuff with the power shot and the shackle. Those chain stunner down. And sneaking will do a lot of damage to Fluff, but ultimately that damage is irrelevant. Fluff is home free. From behind, though, Spirit Breaker going to get a charge onto Brink, pushing him back into CC&C. Gets a lucky bash for good measure because, you know, that's fair. As an Ember Spirit, hell, as any mid laner, you don't expect the back charge. That's something you definitely don't expect Spirit Breaker coming from that angle, so can't really blame Ember Spirit for falling for that one. Shit happens, I guess. But the Spirit Breaker is needed to make sure that this lane is pretty much 100% locked up for CC&C, although this lane is actually going a lot better for CC&C than I thought it would be. It's almost, well, not quite doubling up, but very close to doubling up the Ember Spirit CS, even without any help from the Spirit Breaker beforehand. And Brink, he's not level 6 yet. There's Sonic Traps. He's going to get the chains off onto the Spirit Breaker, slow him down a little bit, but he's not slowing down the Templar Assassin, who's the main damage dealer in this gank. Brink will fall, and the Spirit Breaker will walk away. Brax has arrived with the Purification, but the Sonic Trap already laid down means that the slow is at max, and CC&C will get power shot by Whitebeard. Oh, baby, the Wind Ranger doing some pretty serious work with that level 2 power shot. Will again at least salvage that situation for the Fire side, but it is still IzGG to start and pretty much end all the engagements on their own terms. And Brax is actually in a kind of rough spot here. He's going to get body blocked a little bit. Earthshock is there. He has a Purify, has a TP, and they don't have enough burst damage for that. It's an Omni-Knight. CS definitely going really well for IzGG. This bottom lane especially, Legion Commander, now with the duel up, has phase already, so chasing down for the softer heroes a lot easier, or just doing damage a lot easier as well, as sneaking builds up more experience. The ward coverage for the Radiant is pretty good, but in a heads-up fight, wards don't really mean all that much. They're going to try to dive in towards the Wraith King. Once again, the backup is here. Telekinesis onto sneaking. They do have a couple more stuns. They'll shackle the Legion Commander to a tree. Fourth hero coming in, it's Brink. Another stun is there on the Legion Commander. She'll try to heal it, purge off the chains. I don't think it's going to happen, though. They'll chop her down with the Ember Spirit. Off to the side, Flea is going to run into Whitebeard. There's another shackle, which will land. I think he's 100% on those so far, but Spirit Breaker is pretty tanky. I don't really think this is going to happen, especially with the Warlock coming in, so yeah. Fire make their rotation work. That is an absolute necessity for the Fire draft. At the same time, you may be making it work. Brax not having a good time up against this bear. Bring around the Rosie. He's going to try to get some distance. The Degen Aura doing some serious work for Brax. He has the Purification. He has Teal coming up to him, so Yawar should be able to back off just fine, but without a kill. Getting to a point where IzGG might start to make some rotations. And CC&C is getting to that point where he can do some serious damage to the structures. Roshan is, even at this stage, looking at like something that IzGG would want to set up for. Just going straight into Rosh is not a good idea without getting a pick off or something like that beforehand. Set up a couple observer wards, but we're already starting to get to that point with the amount of CS advantages they've picked up for themselves. TA happily on top of the net worth chart. A lot of backup coming in towards this mid lane. Never mind, they give up. TC needs to get some extra time to free farm. He is not going to win a heads-up fight versus the Legion Commander. But TC, I applaud you for trying. Sneaking, just going to chase him out of there. Yeah, Blink Daggers on IzGG. They're being farmed for. And once those items come up, then the shit is really going to hit the fan for Fire. Again, they are on the responsive, so using blinks to get in instead of just run at you type style, it simply means you have less time to react. You get another lucky bash on the Wraith King, but two-man chains plus a triple jump from Brink can do a lot of damage to the Spirit Breaker mostly. They will try to purge off the stuns, which will work on one, but won't work on the secondary shackle. Whitebeard will grab another kill. How's Wind Ranger getting all these last hits? Power shot, I guess. And IzGG once again trying to go for the Wraith King. At this point, he's level 6. I'm not really sure if that's the way to go. But going for fluff and stuff to level 4 Rubik, now that is a way to go. Stuck in the trees especially. He's going to try to teleport out, but I think there's a duel with his name on it. I don't really know if I like Rubik's odds there. It doesn't really seem fair. Rubik versus 2. Charge is still going in towards Brax. Get him. 1v1 me, bro. Grab the bounty rune and then runs away. Classic Spirit Breaker. Blink Dagger 1, almost up on the TA. Blink Dagger 2, for the equal amount of farm on UR. Blink Dagger 3, almost up on sneaking. And hey, this kill might actually help things out a little bit. He does not have a GA, and there's a lot of physical damage here. Brax, nice repel. He's going to do nothing. Now TC is going to wander by. He does have a reincarnation. I'm not really sure if they can kill him twice before the backup comes in, and they will get the lift up onto the Legion Commander. Sneaking, going in a little bit too far. We'll get chained down into Tier 2. Keep in mind there is still a Tier 1 here, just saying. That will be IzGG going a little bit too far. And with this draft, with IzGG's draft, they kind of want to go in a little bit too far. They kind of have the draft that gets rewarded for doing so. One too many times, though, perhaps. Do have to make sure to limit those losses. So they rotate up towards top. Got a couple of nice objectives, but rotation's coming in back towards mid. CCNC going to walk into a gank train. Can't put up refraction, but he's getting chains done pretty well so far. Now chained down, and the shield is burning. And it will toast the TA. Do not expect that. Good movement from Fire. They need those movements. They need to make sure that they kind of stagger the IzGG heroes so that they're not all up and able to make 4 or 5-man moves. So those moves are going to be going for your towers. They're going to be going for Roshan at a certain point. Keep just one of these damage dealers down. Legion, TA, Ursa, pick one. Take one of those off the map just with a simple pick off, and usually just across the map you're going to be a lot safer unless things get a lot worse. First tower going to be claimed. Almost on both sides. Yeah. Rubik and Omni pushing. Warlock's going to walk into a Wraith King. Not really where he wants to be. Whitebeard power. Did that miss? It looked like that missed. Shackle Shot is unfortunately not going to latch because that wasn't supposed to, but they will still get a pretty free pick off on the Warlock. On an unsuccessful warding mission, I suppose. Definitely do not want to walk into that area as a Warlock, that's for damn sure. But he has 900 net worth. He's, I'm pretty sure the dictionary definition of expendable at this point. I mean, he already has his Chaotic Offering. If he gets nothing else for the entire game, whatever, man. Fluff and stuff. Telekinesis. Oh, no chance for it. He cancels it to go for the Nether Strike. It's only level 1 bash, though, so it's not really that strong. Now they press the attack to get Flea out of there. Sneaking. Gonna get some backup from CCNC. Invis Rune is here. I'm not sure if Fire know about this though. Okay, they know about it now. He's just gonna blow it. Stan King has returned, and it looks like IzGG wanted to make an aggressive move. With no Desolator, no Blinks, just going straight into a tower is really, really risky for IzGG. So I'm not really sure if that was the correct way to go. Again, if you have a blank on any of these heroes, then yeah, go ahead and go for that move. Just catch them with the element of surprise. But still needs a little bit of extra cash on some of these heroes. Chains on 2. Not bad, but they know that they're going to walk into Chaotic Offering. It's going to be dropped on the 3 heroes. Off to the side, TC is going to jump, but so will UR. He picked up his Blink Dagger. They get a free duel in on the Omnet as well. Brink going to jump in, do a lot of magical damage, but can he do enough? It will be onto this TA. They'll lock her down in the Tier 2, and IzGG will very quickly get 2 kills. But lose 2 in exchange. And that gold exchange is going to be vastly favoring the Fire side if that is in fact all that happens. Looks like someone's charging out. Spirit Breaker's out. You are still kind of considering going in. And that should be that. IzGG now with a lot of creep support. Really getting slammed hard by this Ember Spirit. That was an awkward usage of the Warlock ultimate. A little bit of a delay between. Is Flea just really gonna walk out of there? Okay. Well, he's just gonna walk into lane and against 3 heroes and die. Okay. But yeah, usually you want to actually have some sort of follow-up to the Chaotic Offering. It seems like the Chaotic Offering was kind of just thrown down, and everyone from IsGG was like, oh shit, we used the Chaotic Offering? I guess we should go in now. It seemed like the Warlock may have pulled the trigger a little bit too early on that one, or everyone reacted a little bit too late. By the way, it did seem like there was a good half second where the IsGG heroes just didn't go in. Pretty sure it was because at the time TA didn't have a Blink Dagger, only UR just picked us up on the Courier, which is falling out to him when they were kind of posturing. So now IsGG, yeah, they're ready to go. They want to make sure they can get those isolated pickoffs, such as... Nah. You know, a lot more lockdown if you're going to lock down and kill off an Ember Spirit. Duel's a good start. CCNC, though, not in a good spot. Here comes a charge in, not even going to land. That was the Rubik charging. It's actually going to slam into the Legion Commander. Off to the side, though, it's UR. Can try to go for Whitebeard, but up against a Wind Ranger, that's not really going to work, especially when the Guardian Angel does drop down. They're going to chain stun the Ursa, purify him, and every nuke in the book going to go towards the bear. They chop him down and IsGG. Kind of, again, not sure how far they want to dive in these fights. Like, starting a fight over here, yeah, sure, that's reasonable. Getting over here with the Ursa, that just might be a little bit too much. It seems like Fire, they're not dying immediately, which of course means that they get a couple more extra set of spells out, a couple more seconds to back off and reset the fight. IsGG really do need to get in and get out very quickly with these engagements. And, you know, with the Templar Assassin with an Ursa, you'd expect that to pretty much be their MO. But so far, it has just not been working out that way. They really do need to just jump in and immediately get the kill. But again, this is where all that stun duration, that peel from the Fire side comes into play. Smoke was seen. Doesn't seem like IsGG really care. They do have the Chaotic Offering. TC just going to wander on in, but he does have an armlet. He's going to get charged, power shot through, not going to do anything just yet. They're going to find the Warlock, though. That's really bad. He's going to get his ultimate off. Now the jump in and the duel onto Brink. Still, though, there's not enough damage. The charge is going to come in, but CCNC is not right-clicking anyone just yet. He's going to try to go for the Ember Spirit, but he can't catch up to him with the Ember. Sneaking in the meantime is going to be left behind by the rest of his team as TC now going to start wandering in. Brink is just baiting everyone back in, letting his teammates get into a position, and Noir seems like has taken the bait. Perhaps. Short TP from Fluff and Stuff. Value TP right there. Doesn't matter. They once again slam IsGG, who are unable to get all their damage out at the same time. And this is where we're starting to see some of these matchups come into play. Some of these defensive responses. Whitebeard, first of all, has been amazing on the support Wind Ranger. And it seems like Brax as well, doing pretty much all he has to do, just drop heals, make sure that the target is not really going to be easily killable. I mean, the game plan of drop ultimate onto jump in and duel, get a free kill is a solid one for sure. But if not everyone's on board, if not everyone has those blinks, then you're going to jump in, duel, and then kind of get brick-walled. Legion Commander does have a +20. They still have this really fat TA, but I think in that last fight, TA may have done like 3 right clicks or something like that. It was definitely not as much as Templar Assassin really needs to do. And that angle is just really awkward, first of all. Like, having the Warlock peel and then having still everyone on the enemy team be in a really defensive position makes so that being TA, you want to go for the softer targets over here, but you have to go for the stun targets over here. There's really no great option there. That's to be fair, but yeah, CCNC did very little damage in that last fight. Just couldn't find time to right-click heroes. Fluff and Stuff, that takes balls, my friend. I applaud Rubiks that use charge. Okay, you are going to get picked off towards top lane. I'm going to assume that was a shackle shot landing because, you know, that just makes sense. The Wind Ranger now, magic amplification, or damage amplification rather, not magic amplification, with that Solar Crest. Perhaps more importantly though, being able to slap that one onto the dual target, or whoever the Ursa's charging in for, is a pretty sick item to have against IsGG, who are going to be pretty much right-click focused for the entire game with their draft. She has Wind Run and then kind of a half Wind Run for her friends. Bottom lane TP is there. TC's Blast is going to miss his blink out from sneaking. It's going to get him out of danger. Over towards the mid lane. They're going to jump in, find the cow. And one more shot is all they need, but Yoar's on Brink. And Brink got jebaited. Flea's going to turn around with the Nether Strike just because he can. And be able to get that kill and survive. The tower did go down, though. Fire with their eyes on the prize, saving their tier 2 on bottom lane, albeit barely. Probably better to deny that. Whatever. Still getting a tower over in mid. Not something they're going to be really happy about, but we can see now this early game kind of start. Just the power from IzGG's run-at-you type lanes in the CS department has pretty much vanished. They were on top with all their cores for the first, what, 5-10-ish minutes in the game. And now it's pretty much all going back towards Fire. Just handling these fights a lot better, and I say that Fluff and Stuff going to wander into like a million heroes. Charging Noir, yeah, great move. There is some heals here for the Omni-Knight, but you need like 3 more purifications if that's going to work. Brax looking for tower deny, will actually get it. What a baller. Over towards the mid lane in the meantime. Shackle shot, TA is down. Whitebeard, you monster. Stop. They lose a Rubik, gain a TA. I'll take that. Plus they get the tower deny. Also not bad. The tower over in mid lane still being held. Responses from Fire. It seems like they're playing a little bit more. They're just playing more coordinated. Yeah, that's really all there is to it. Like IzGG have so much brute force power, but it just seems like they're not really all on the same wavelength. Now, this is a very clearly choreographed move here from Fire. Sonic traps being picked off from IzGG. They know exactly what's happening. Fluff and Stuff just wants something to steal, though. He is going to be charged, canceled actually. Want to stall. Get that blink dagger canceled, sneaking. Really going to go for this one? Power shot. He'll blink dodge it. Sick play, but it doesn't matter. And it will be Fire to grab that double life, put it onto Brink. And that is a big deal for a couple reasons. First of all, the Amer Spirit is the hero that, well, for IzGG, they do want to kind of, right off the bat, spend their stuns on and get the kill and take him out so that they don't have to worry about spending their stuns on him later. Having that Aegis is going to make that a pain and a half to deal with. Now, second of all, IzGG, I already mentioned, their draft with an Ursa and a TA, not a snowballing, they're kind of building their draft around. It kind of requires that extra advantage of push that the Aegis gives you. The fact that Fire have it, yeah, it's great for Fire, it's really bad for IzGG, but they just don't have it. That's the problem for IzGG, is that they don't have that extra edge to let them go in that extra 500 attack range in those fights. It will be Fire now to be a little bit more brave across the map, and IzGG, once this draft is on the defensive, I mean, yeah, they can still get some pickoffs and maybe try to pull apart Fire in that type of style, but this draft from IzGG never really wants to be on the receiving end. They always want to be the aggressors. Fire looks like she's going to start pushing really early, even without the Aegis in the area. Does Brink have a way to get back in here? Has a remnant somewhere. I assume it's near mid, kind of. Okay, no, it's actually all the way over towards the base, which is going to be charged in by Flea. Chained down, though. You gotta assume that's going to happen, right? I'm not crazy, like... Now, there's a... You gotta hit them with the charge to do the stun, right? That's how it works. And Searing Chains has an AoE, so... not really sure why that happened, but Spirit Breaker deciding to offer himself up to the Amer Spirit in his own base without help. Okay. Whatever you'd want, Spirit Breaker. Whitebeard and TC. Once again, hoping that an Ursa or someone is going to show up and then they just turn things around with the Shackle Shot. Worked out so far. Whitebeard even going to get a Blink Dagger for himself. I mean, he hasn't really been having difficulty landing these shackles, but now looking at 2 shackle territory, 2 hero shackle territory. I'm not really sure if he's landed yet. And they're just going to let TC do his thing. This is kind of bold to have just a Wraith King do this. Essentially, just by himself. Like, if he does get jumped by the entirety of his GG, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. The backup is Whitebeard, and that's it. But if it's just one hero for his GG, that hero is going to be in for a lot of trouble. C is going to get Purified Power Shot and then has to run away. He's going to put up his shield and we'll be fine, but TC wants more. He wants the cow, but it's a pretty difficult hero to have. And now Stan King going to ride Shackle onto 2, or the Fatal Bond onto 2, rather. Chaotic Offering will be held. TC, Armlet Surfing to safety and should be just fine. And yeah, we'll retreat without a scratch. Not a permanent scratch, at least. That was a lot more dangerous than it really should have been, unfortunately for the fire side. No true sight on Whitebeard. If you have a dust there or sentry, pretty sure TA just dies. But hey, I mean, you make that play with, I guess it starts off just 2 heroes. Challenging is GG's set of heroes, and you really shouldn't be in that position as GG where your heroes on an individual basis are weaker than the enemies. Like, you should be able to 1v1 across the board with these is-GG heroes, and that's simply not the case. Now the tower is going to fall up towards top lane. No response from is-GG except for split push the side lanes. There's a Hannah Midas, I think only on the Ursa. Blade Mail, Desolator. It's pretty cookie cutter stuff from the is-GG side. They are just, whoa, double Solar Crest. And I mentioned Solar Crest is amazing for the team. Solar Crest is an item you can stack, and it doesn't really get less effective, so yeah, sure, why not? Definitely. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm gonna die. Definitely not your standard Ember Spirit build, but hey, whatever works. Gonna find, chain down. Legion Commander TP is coming in. Whitebeard is here with the Focus Fire. They'll take down the Legion Commander. There's another target right around the corner. TC. Found him? Found him. Wraithfire Blast, and Flea has got to run, but he's dead. It just seems like wherever Fire go, they're just walking with heroes and then just getting a kill in every single lane. Walk to a lane, get a kill. Walk to a lane, get a kill. And that should be is-GG's plan. That's what they want to do. It's going to be a pretty rough scenario for is-GG in the next couple minutes. The Aegis on the Ember Spirit has since timed out. Still, this guy is an absolute powerhouse. This mobility is going to start to come into play now. Brink thinking about going deep for the Templar Assassin. Can't quite find her, but the team gets the tower in the meantime. Fire just looking for those pickoffs. And normally, like, the game plan of, okay, guys, now we sit back, go for smoke ganks, look for pickoffs, is like kind of a pseudo-desperation type plan. Is, again, very responsive, which is not really a position you want to be in. And maybe it's not desperation, but it's like not really the most comfortable position that you want to be in. Because if that doesn't work, if you can't find the pickoffs, then what, right? You always need that plan B. But it seems like is-GG are kind of just offering themselves up very regularly. So that's like, oh, yeah, we're just going to wait 5 minutes, and by that time, we should have a kill. Because odds are someone from is-GG is going to offer themselves up, such as a Spirit Breaker, who's clearly baiting. We'll get healed. I wonder how many heroes are here. Spirit Breaker, Warlock, do you want to try your luck, TC? This Wraith King's going to be a monster once he gets this Radiance. I'm not really sure how you deal with that. And BKBs are coming up. MKB up on the Templar Assassin eventually. So yeah, the I guess true hit through the Radiance for all these heroes, the BKBs and MKBs. They at least have an answer for it. Once those BKBs go down, evasion on the Wraith King, or for the team rather, with that Radiance. That's a back-breaking item right there up against a team that's purely physical based. We have 2 Solar Crests, Wind Run, evasion from the Radiance Burn. Good luck hitting things. Everyone from is-GG hanging around split pushing. These heroes are, I mean, TA is okay at split pushing, I guess. Everyone else here, they don't really want to be doing that if they can help it. Flea is going to just offer himself up once again. Luckily for him, Whitebeard wasn't in this crew, in this area. If he was, easiest kill of their life. She is instead on a different crew up towards top lane, sneaking. Demoted to an Observer Ward, but still will see a potential target in Whitebeard, who's in so much trouble. Blink Duel, no time for Wind Run. dead in an instant. Help is coming in. They get the lift up onto Legion Commander. Brink is going to dodge a stun. Now TC is going to come in as well. Huge magic damage to the Legion. They'll take her down. Now jumping forward for the Spirit Breaker. And Brink will grab a double. And that is exactly what I was talking about. Bait the enemies into a situation where they don't have enough reinforcements, then collapse in with everyone. Keep the numbers advantage for Fire, and that is exactly what happened. At this point, like, losing a Wind Ranger feels like losing a really heavy core. Keep in mind, she has just been getting the value she has from kills, from effective time management, power shots, occasionally clearing creep waves. Like, they have not really been focusing farm as Wind Ranger yet. She is still stacked out of her mind. UR is in a interesting situation right now. Radiance, not going to cancel the blink before he can blink away. Brax, found a courier. I don't want a courier. They want the bear. They know kind of where UR is. UR is going to show himself off on the fluff and stuff. Gets purified for his troubles. Now the Chainstones are going to come in. There is some help from here from Sneaking, who really wants this Rubik, but there's the Guardian Angel. No damage going to be dealt here at all. Rubik is going to survive for so long. Purification is there. They all group up for the Chaotic Offering, which will do a lot of damage to the Rubik and will eventually take him down. TC will lose his first life here, but the BKBs are down for IsGG. And now Brink is going to make his arrival. They're going to try to go for Brax with the Templar Assassin, just short of damage there. The Chain Stun, the Shackle onto 2 again from Whitebeard. Will lock down 2 more. You are going to BKB TP. He will survive it. The Golem will die, and IsGG will take down, ultimately, a Rubik. Yep, that's all that happened. They took down a Rubik, took down, I think the Wraith King, that was his first reincarnation use, maybe a second. But IsGG, they really, really wanted that one guy. And yeah, the Rubik died, but they ran out of damage at that point. They have to get some valuable kills on some of these heroes. Like, we saw how much damage Brax was taking. That was a substantial amount of DPS from the Templar Assassin. But focusing all your firepower on Rubik through Guardian Angel with no ways of getting rid of it takes you so long as IsGG. And all that time you're spending just kind of fruitlessly right-clicking a target that's invulnerable. That's time what Fire is using to reposition their heroes. Wait for another repel, wait for another purification. And that time adds up a lot. Not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. Fire are just playing better than IsGG. They're just getting more value out of their abilities. IsGG, they had a good start, but it seemed like they weren't really able to transition the 6,000 gold worth of Blink Daggers into anything substantial. TA, Legion, and Ursa haven't really been able to get those assassinations off. Fire have always been with more heroes in the area. Now a Shackle looked like they should have landed onto 2, but hey, they caught Legion Commander. That's good, right? No, because she blinks out. No one actually attacked her. Radiance was off. I mean, I'm not really sure if that would have helped. Maybe it would have. Radiance has a little bit of leeway time where it doesn't actually do damage if you're in the area. But, hey. Some generous time there, and hey, look, they found an Ursa, and Whitebeard, like, by himself got that kill. That was just a blink in, shackle shot, focus fire, and then Brink comes in, just taps him a little bit just to scare the kill. But man, this Wind Ranger is actually a monster. And they get the kill on the Ursa. IsGG gonna kind of man up and go for Roshan regardless, but Fire know about it and flee. Well, he's gonna try to flee, but he's gonna run into the spooky, scary skeleton. That'll kill him off, and now Sneaking and CCNC have got to book it. Brink should have a Shackle in a couple seconds. Okay, well, no, we have a couple Shackles here. Whitebeard can deploy his. They do Shackle up the Legion Commander. She does have the Purge off, though, so she will have that and the BKB to keep her safe. But IsGG, very kind of them to do a lot of damage to this Roshan and really let Fire take all the reward. Got Whitebeard power shotting over cliff faces, looking for cute TA tricks, but there are none here. Brink is going to grab the second Aegis of the game, and IsGG. Last time they have done something impactful in this game was dual win over here on the Wind Ranger. I think that was the last time that something happened. It's not for lack of trying, it's for just Fire playing very well in anticipation. I mean, Observer Ward coverage from Fire has been very, very good and very consistent. Keeping these Vision Wards up against Ursa, up against a Templar Assassin. It all translates to safety and opportunities. In IsGG, they have I guess, okay observer coverage, but at this point, they would have really liked to be pretty much done with all the tier 2s and looking at high ground, you know, take Aegis into high ground. Their late game isn't that bad, but just all single target based. I'm assuming we're going to have like 4 staff type items coming up, just general items to make it difficult for SG to get kills. Again, 4 staff, Ghost Scepter. Already we have Lincoln Sphere on the Omni Knight, plus 2 Solar Crests. And I guess you get like a couple Bashers or something like that. Diffusal Blade, down you are. Will be a really big one moving forward. Not quite there yet, though. You are. Oh, long TP! And now he's in a sticky situation. He has a blink out, but of course there's a Wraith King to give chase in just a little bit. And of course an Ember Spirit as well. UR is going to have to purge off those chains, but he still will take a slow roast from that shield, so there's no blink here. Have the stun and a couple kills. I'm not really sure what that remnant was about, but hey, doesn't matter, got kill. And might get another kill because Spirit Breaker decides this is a good place to be. Not really sure if I agree with him. And hit with the Orchid, I think that's the Wind Ranger's Orchid, shackled to a tree, then lifted out of it, and then brought down. I guess animals do travel in groups, so it kind of makes sense, but still, IzGG sacrifice 2 heroes against a team that has an Aegis Ember Spirit. For the Fire side, they're not really the best at taking towers. At this point, I guess, the Wind Ranger, she's pretty darn powerful at it. The Wraith King can definitely get to a siege position on the map, but really for IzGG, they're giving a lot of opportunities here to Fire. Not really getting much of their own. They're going to try to race, and they can race very well if there's no response here from Fire. No TPs at all yet. Fire, where are you at? Travels on cooldown, no TP. TP on cooldown, no TP! Oh no, Fluff and Stuff's going to arrive, but who cares the Rubik? Guys, let me tell you about a little item called Town Portal Scroll, right? And the cooldown got nerfed. It's a lot weaker than it once was. But IzGG, because of a big mistake from Fire, will get a free melee Rax. I don't know, man. It just kind of happened. It just kind of happened. Well, that is the type of godsend gift that IzGG really needed in this game, because it has not really been going their way. EXP, gold, map control, pretty much all the metrics you could think of. Momentum. I'm not really sure if that's a metric necessarily.
Every coin helps.
All go in the way of Fire. And then that happens. Now, Fire, of course, do have the Ember Spirit, so they will be able to deal with super creeps very well. Wraith King can very easily pick up the Maelstrom type item.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
And sweet.
Sorry, I muted my mic. She's a level 21 hero Wind Ranger. Got a solo kill on the enemy TA. I guess to be fair, TA doesn't really have a lot in the way of tankiness. Butterfly will definitely help her to some extent. But even then, got that shine, man. Got that shine. Fire, as long as they take care of this bottom lane, should, for the most part, be able to keep this map in control. Again, the only reason they lost this bottom lane Rax was because of a very, very careless play on their part. And IzGG, yeah, they'll be pushing up top lane, trying to take that themselves, but this, I mean, IzGG lost the Raxes in a straight-up fight. Fire lost Raxes off a mistake. It would be much easier for Fire to keep the status quo and make sure to keep the momentum on their side. Start collapsing over in mid, over in bottom. Still gonna go for it. Aegis has long since been reclaimed, but opportunity up towards top lane. Stanking will get purged out of there. Does have the offering, but he's gonna have to use it. And what? Best case scenario, hit 2 heroes here, one of whom has a double life, plus a Lincoln Sphere on him, so you can't even do much to him, even if you do hit him with stun. You can go for the easy Rax in the ranged. Leash down Yuar off to the side. Brink and TC just gonna go ham, and TC just daring the enemies to come in. Yuar not gonna get shackled there. No stun from Stan King ult just yet. So Fire make the easiest play of walk in with Rax, walk out, jump from Stan King. Gonna jump in with the duel. Chaotic Offering is gonna drop there as well. They will focus on the Rax and they'll take him down. TC taking a lot of damage himself, but he does have that double life, doing a lot of damage back to Sneaking. And we'll be able to survive for just a little while longer. Flipping up in Whitebeard. Gonna claw down by Yuar off to the side. Whitebeard, though, gonna start out with the Focus Fire. The ultimate from the Ursa gonna take a lot of that brunt of the assault, but Whitebeard gonna blade forward and get a very easy kill by himself. Now, I guess we're gonna say Rubik helped a little bit, but man, the fight split out a little bit too far, and ultimately, Brax is forced to buy back. Kind of surprised he decided to pull that trigger, but it's a 2 for 2. Still, as GG get a lot of extra gold because, man, they killed off the Omnite he bought back, so, and that worked out pretty well for them, but the damage has already been done. Like, if that happened before the Raxes fell, sure, whatever, IzG should be pretty happy about that, but it didn't, so they really need a big win here. Whoa, it's an Orchid Legion Commander. And they're going to go into Roche, and Fire should know about this. Power Shot, I think they know about it. Are they going to actually crash this party? Whitebeard looking for a shackle. Will lock the Warlock out of the fight. Whitebeard in 4 shots will get the kill. The Aegis is claimed, but immediately everyone in the Roche pit gets stomped to death. Whitebeard going to chase forward for a little bit more. Wants the TA. She escaped to the north. They take down the Legion Commander, though, and charge from Flea. Probably not the best idea, bro. This is a really, really interesting game. Mostly because so many things are... Oh, he got a second duel win. Oh. Okay. Rubik got a second duel win, in case anyone was wondering. I saw the first one. Where did he get that second one? I have no clue, but yeah, that right-click Rubik build, it's coming together, guys. IzGG do get away with that double life on the TA. She actually grabbed the cheese also. She got everything. The butterfly now up. Really nice response item, in theory. So you look at the Bloodthorn and the Wind Ranger, then the evasion is a little bit less appealing at that point. At this point for Fire, they walked in, walked out freely with mid-racks. Yes, this time there is a double life and cheese in the Templar Assassin to worry about, but you might as well set up for a play on bottom. Take that rack, so you pretty much win the game. Whitebeard gonna wander into an animal den and will be just fine because there's no detection. And the Shadow Blade is, I don't think, a very old item on Whitebeard, so maybe IzGG just didn't see that one coming. Definitely didn't see it. So Wind Ranger just gets away, just catches a couple heroes and lets the rest of the team position for a game-winning move on bottom. There's that. And, well, now the tower in a hell of a lot of trouble. TC once again on the front line, this time with the fresh MKB. A little plus green damage onto the tower. And IzGG, you gotta go now, guys. You gotta go now. He's gonna Brink is gonna see a couple, get stunned up by the Chaotic Offering. Duel is there, but the Guardian Angel immediately with the Purification gonna keep the Amer Spirit at pretty healthy condition until the damage comes in finally from UR. Shackle Shot's gonna lock down Spirit Breaker, kill him off, and TC taking an absolute beating, but he's just not dying. Now the Rubik gonna jump in with the duel by himself, wins because Fluff and Stuff is just that baller. Buybacks coming out from everyone and their mom, but TC is still swinging, has not even dropped his first life. He's gonna cleave through everyone. And Whitebeard gonna do very much the same off to the flank. It's a massacre in favor of Fire. TC unkillable, and Whitebeard, man, Whitebeard Wind Ranger, definitely a thing. Sorry guys, again, illness is not a fun thing to deal with right now, but hopefully I said more words than I didn't. Guys, I'm Mike Loris. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you guys. We got a best of 3 and then another best of 3. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.